Squirting was my thing, man. I can squirt across the room.
Whoa.
If I really prepare.
So if I was like sitting in a chair, I could watch you?
Yeah, you could
How
sit at
long-
that camera. I could smash your face.
Really? Let's do that.
Yeah.
I'll fly to Vegas.
Too many sexy ladies are underappreciated. They deserve more than a standalone goon. This looks like a job for not one but two goons. Two goons, not one but two goons. Two goons, 7 hours in the bathroom.
Today's episode is guest starring porn legend and comedy friend Alexis Fawx. And I was taking berberine too, and I stopped taking that because that would it's good for your blood sugar levels.
Oh, yeah.
But it lowers your blood sugar so much that sometimes you can get headaches or get super
Lightheaded?
I already have
Yeah.
low blood pressure. So
Really?
Yeah, I
Or
really
not
do.
blood
It's
pressure,
crazy. Like
you're-
sometimes when they take it, I have to move because they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm
Oh,
like, "Yeah,
shit.
I'm fine."
That's
I do
so
like
good.
NAD plus shots. I stick those right in my
Yeah,
gut.
but the NAD one, the drip takes a long time.
That's if you're doing a full flush. That takes a while. My doctor will either do it in 4 days or I do it in 2. Like if I'm going to do like a big drop of it. But
Yeah.
now I just have a vial in my refrigerator and I just shoot it in my stomach every morning.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the NAD supposed to do?
It's great for cell regenerating and like anti-aging. I don't get sick.
Really?
I
And when you
don't,
just get
like-
injections of this stuff?
Yeah, I just have a vial in my refrigerator.
Oh,
at
and you
home.
inject yourself?
I inject myself.
Okay,
Or you can
yeah.
go to your doctor and get injected as well. Or you
Yeah.
can get like what I said, like a flush, where it's like an IV.
For
and
4 hours.
you get like a just flushed all into your body. It's like
Yeah.
4 hours each session, 4 days in a row.
No.
I do it in 2 hours. I do it in 2 days because I can take it pretty fast.
Yeah.
But and then you just keep up with like periodical updates. But yeah, ever since I've been doing it for like 5 years, and I feel like I can notice a big difference.
I know some people inject the glutathione or glutathione or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
I do. I just take NAC because that turns in. That's like a precursor.
Yep.
But that I heard that one's like great for energy.
Yeah, right before I come here, I did a big IV, for like a big immunity IV.
Oh.
With that in it
Really?
and everything, and vitamin D. Anytime I have big travel, I always do that with the conventions because you're around people all the time.
Yeah, shaking hands.
And as
all
much
that
as
shit.
I do, I don't want to get sick.
Yeah,
like I want
yeah.
to be able to show up to all the places I said I was going to show up to.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
Wow.
I might do one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a good spot here in Miami? There's gotta be tons.
So
There's
many.
a ton of spots here in Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were in Vegas, I would just say go to mine. But
Yeah.
I could probably look up a few.
You have one that you own?
No, I wish.
Oh.
If anybody wants to get in,
Yeah.
Get in on that.
Do you? Oh, so you do have the coffee company, right?
yeah.
So you do have. You are a entrepreneur. Aside,
Yeah.
well, obviously you're a entrepreneur,
Mm-hmm.
stepmommy entrepreneur.
Yes, I am. Stepmom got a job. She's a massage mistress. She's doing coffee on the side. Little wank here and there.
What's your coffee called?
It's HAF. It used to be highest Fox coffee, but
Yeah.
everybody thought I had weed in it.
Oh, okay.
Because back in several years ago, I used to host and produce a little comedy show called The Highest Fox Show, where you smoke some weed and kind of comics could show up, and it was in
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah.
And then 2020 hit and all this other stuff, and I just kind of developed a coffee in the meantime, and I wanted the names to kind of match, but
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Is there weed in it?" And I'm like, "No."
No, it's cool.
I will not
Yeah.
be shipping it to Germany and with weed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not trying to get in trouble.
You
Yeah.
gave me 2 bags.
Yeah.
I had one, and then this Australian comic came. I said, "You got to try this coffee." He said, "Mate, it's so good." I can't do the accent, but it was, great coffee.
Yeah, I'll send you more.
Yeah.
I'll send you guys all coffee.
Fuck yeah.
I'll come back to Vegas for a massage and coffee.
Perfect.
Yeah. Are
I'm
you
on mine.
legit doing massages? Because I know you were doing that. You did there's that other dude who does the massage stuff, and you started doing the massage stuff. I know you're a massage therapist too. Yeah. But
I used to be a massage therapist actually here in Miami, Florida.
Okay.
No,
I had
that's
my
what
own
you were here.
office and everything
Yeah.
like that. Had my own practice.
South Beach.
Yeah. Right here, actually in Coral Gables. My Yelp is still up.
Oh,
I'll
really?
just show it to you afterwards. Yeah,
Wow.
I
yeah,
like
because
her
it's under like a
videos
different
better
name.
than the
But
massages.
it was funny because when I was a real massage therapist, okay, so when I first started out, I would go to some people's houses once in a while just to test it out. And I had this one guy, I was massaging his feet. And he's like, "Hey, do you mind if I just, masturbate while you work on my feet?"
No.
And I was like, yeah, because in my mind, I'm like, you're didn't pay me enough for that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So, like, you got to pay for it. Like, what are
Yeah.
you, cheapskate? And I was like, yeah, of course I'd mind. He goes, oh, I won't get any on you. And I
Oh,
was
he
like-
thought it was like a...
I was like, I think our massage is done here, sir.
Yeah.
That was before the industry.
No, actually, I did a little bit before the industry. I was still camming. I still shot for Bang Bros beforehand.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they connected the two yet, because by that time I was only 2 years in. I don't know how popular I was or how recognizable I
Yeah.
was at that point. I don't want to say like everybody knew me, but
This guy
I
was
don't
just,
think it was that. I think the guy was just a perv and wanted
Yeah.
to jerk off while I was rubbing his feet. I get it.
Yeah, run-of-the-mill pervert.
So
yeah.
I packed up my shit and left.
Yeah.
I was like,
Now, if he had said, "Hey, I'll give you $5,000 if you let me jerk off,"
as long as you don't get it on me,
I mean,
go for it. Let me set up my camera.
That's interesting. Like when you were doing that, how did you get into how did you go from that to the industry? Because you were just out here as a massage therapist post-military, right?
Yeah, so I graduated college and I flipped a coin between Phoenix, Arizona and Miami, Florida.
Really?
I was on the phone with my mother.
Flipped a coin.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted to move somewhere warm that didn't have snow.
Yeah.
And I was on the phone with my mother and I was like, Mom, what are you going to call it? And she called Tails, which happened to be Miami. I landed on Tails and I packed up my shit, moved to Miami on her whim. Did not work. I was in my 20s. Who couldn't, I quit everything, moved down here, took some time off. And then I actually had to find a job.
Yeah.
Worked corporate for a while, did the whole corporate thing. I hated corporate. It's just like the whole lie of 9 to 5. It's not a 40-hour work week. You're constantly on call. And
They
working for
bother you
attorneys
all
is a
the
bitch.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would automatically start having anxiety and panic attacks. Like I could tell it was 6 o'clock on a Sunday because of how my body started to react because it was going to be Monday the next day.
Shit.
And nobody should be living that way.
No.
And so I just hauled off and quit everything.
Yeah.
And partied. And
Was it expensive here when you first moved here? Was it crazy?
not like it is today.
Yeah.
But it was
It was still expensive, but nowhere near. I mean, like South Beach was still like mom and pop Cuban places. You did not have like 14 Starbucks on Lincoln Road.
It was amazing though.
It was amazing.
The food was amazing.
I love the old Miami Beach, but
Yeah.
I like that old nostalgia, the old culture of it.
Yeah.
Now it's definitely content creator. It's totally
Yeah.
different than it is now.
That's
yeah.
what people always say. It's like OnlyFans model and crypto bro.
Crypto
That's
bro.
like the two
Oh,
people who
100%.
have taken over the whole area. Yeah.
Yeah, they've taken over Miami
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you like the vibe here now? I mean, compared to, so you're in Vegas now, compared to how it used to be here and compared to where you are in Vegas, do you like the vibe in Miami, or do you think I feel this is like a real, like you gotta be in your 20s and you have a lot of money, or you gotta be a fucking influencer.
Yeah, or pretend that you have a lot of money
Yeah,
and
or
rent
pretend,
everything out.
yeah. Rent out the
I
Ferrari.
feel like back in the day it was a little bit more real with people, like a little bit more real friendships and real things, and it wasn't so like that whole content creator, I've got to rent the plane, I've got to rent the car, and like you're not really walking the talk. So, and it's also hard for me to say which is better now or then, just because I don't spend that much time out here.
Right.
And when I do come out here, I'm seeing my older friends, or I have got activities going on or shoots.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm actually living here. So it's hard for me to say if I really like the vibe here better or if it was better back in the day, but I'm probably going to side on back in the day
Back
just
in the day,
because.
yeah. Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just so different. Like when you walked on, like you used to have like these, like the old folks sitting on their porches,
Yeah.
rocking and looking at people, and it was just different.
There is a thing that I love that I wish Miami probably used to have, which doesn't have. When I went to Isla Mujeres in just off of Cancun, this little island, and now it's a tourist trap, but there were these little coffee shops that you could go to run by someone older, just grab a fucking cappuccino or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that you can't find that. You don't.
Right.
Yeah, one of my favorite places that we would always go to, especially like hungover or whatever, because you've been clubbing all night, you got back at 6 a.m. in the morning, it's
Yeah.
now 10, you might have to go to work or something, whatever. And we used to go to David's Cafe. I don't even know if David's Cafe is still around. I think they actually got sold, but you could go there, get like a $6 breakfast, and it's massive.
Yeah.
You get your little Cuban coffee, you're jacked up for days.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So I miss those kind of things.
Yeah. No, having that like homey feel in a neighborhood. Like
Yeah.
when places get too cool, then they get really corporate, and like corporations buy up all this stuff and they bring in like the super fancy restaurants, and it's like this restaurant is like a standalone place, but it's part of a chain that all have different names.
Yeah.
And it's like and then it's all money, and then you have to go to the new like budding, like Austin is kind of like a budding place right now.
Oh, yeah, I bet,
where
yeah.
there's still the you go to Austin quite a bit. There's like what's that burger place? The fucking
Camino.
El Camino.
Yeah,
Casino
yeah.
Yeah, you went there.
I go
that
to El
one night.
Camino every time I go there.
Yeah.
You like it?
I love going there. You get yelled at because
Yeah,
I'm always getting a special burger, and they're like, Jesus Christ, like.
They're so rude. It's
so
the
rude.
worst service ever, and I go every time, dude.
What's the
I'm
soup
like, do I
Nazi?
like this? Is this my new kink to be yelled
Yeah.
at when I'm ordering food?
Yeah, dude.
The food is so good.
So good.
And the burgers are massive.
Massive.
Like I go there hungry.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna finish it.
And they always like, yeah, because it's like a grimy punk bar. So
Yeah.
you go up and order, and they're always like, yeah, and then they'll like call out the orders, and every time, because we always go in a group,
Yep.
so we'll get like half the food, and then we're like, oh fuck, did they not get the full order? So we're like, hey, we just want to double check, and they're like, it's coming. Sorry,
Shit, man.
we don't. There's no communication here, dude.
I need some dialogue, sir.
Well,
I
they
feel
give you
that 100%.
Such dirty looks too. They don't
Yeah.
ever,
Yeah, every time I get in there, I'm like, oh God, they know it's me. The girl is gonna get the kids burger, you know, like
Yeah.
cheese, well done. Like
Dude, that's funny.
Yeah, but this
Yeah.
is lost. This is lost. Well, again, it is based off a city based off influencers.
Yeah.
So nobody wants to take pictures at this great independent coffee shop. They want to take pictures at STK or Catch or whatever
Yeah.
restaurant.
right.
Yeah.
Now
That-
I'll still take pictures at the mom and pop shop.
Yeah,
so
I
will I. I
still
like
because
that. I
that's where
like
the
that,
quality
yeah.
is. And I have to say, just you know, after traveling and you stay in these different places or you try the different restaurants or you get
Yeah.
taken out to dinner, just because it has a hefty price tag on it does not mean it's quality. Like
No.
I went to the steakhouse that's supposed to be whatever, and I was just like, oh,
Yeah,
this is
some
some
of them
mediocre
suck.
shit
Shit,
for as
yeah.
much as they're charging me for. Like, and they
Well, you're
treated me
pay-
really nice, so I didn't want to be an asshole and go online and be like, this is not worth it.
Yeah. But
But-
it's like, but you know, I've been to places where it's like, oh, it's so fancy, and you're like, this isn't that good. One place that is like, they have different locations, and it's considered quite fancy. Not quite fancy, but a little fancier. But Carbone, I went to the Carbone.
Yeah, Carbone's good.
Carbone in Vegas.
That's solid.
Was so fucking good. I went, and they were like, we sat at the bar, and it was the people there were like kind of like all like chatty and fun, and everything we got
Carbone's
was
legit.
so good,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
I think Carbone is like a legit place,
Legit,
like that,
yes.
and it's good like every city you go in, whether you
Yeah.
have it here in Miami, New York, or Vegas. It's
Yeah.
always really
Well,
really
that's the only three places, right? New York
I
is the
think so.
OG.
I think so.
Do you go on dates? Do people take you on dates, or what's this? Do you?
You know what? I don't really date often.
Really?
Okay.
No,
I
no.
tried to date you.
You know what? I found
You
myself.
tried to date her? Whoa. We gotta hear this.
Are we?
We gotta hear this story real quick.
Well, tell the date story, and then I'll tell what.
Well, you came into Vegas, and I invited you over.
Well, you came to the
Wow.
show.
Yeah.
And then you said I was like, you want film? My thing is like with chicks, I'm like, hey, do you want to like film content?
And of course, I'm like, yeah.
See where it goes. But we did film good content.
Yeah.
And we went out for food after, but that wasn't that. I did take a Viagra just in case.
He told me afterwards, like I didn't know we were just going to go for food.
Well, I know when you're. How do you?
Yeah, I actually have innocent invites. I'm like, yeah, come on over. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Wait,
not
what did-
always.
Joe, you consider me your business partner or manager? How would you?
Yeah, he's like my best friend. He's like a brother
Yeah.
from another mother. He's always been by my side, super solid person, which I think
Great
is really important
dude.
when you're in entertainment to have at least one good person
Yes.
that's not going to kiss your ass, going to be telling you when you're being a dickhead or you're not thinking correctly or whatever. It may
Well-
not be a good decision, and he has no problem doing that.
So that was when I knew I was not gonna bust a nut. Joe walked through the front door, and I go, huh.
Is that her Asian husband?
I said, hi, Joe.
Viagra coursing through his veins, and he's just like, ugh, God damn
What am I going to
it.
do with this hard on?
Yeah.
We did eat Thai food. It was great.
Yeah.
That's the next best thing than blowing a load is
Yeah, it's really good.
Is that what you told yourself?
having good some non-pick pow, whatever it is. God, whatever, prick peg bow.
I think like I invited someone else over one time. They were like in town. I'm like, yeah, come on over to the house. I'm just friendly. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just a friendly
No,
person. I love providing like, hey, I know what it's like to be on the road. You want a home cooked meal type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just that way, and I don't know if from growing up in Pennsylvania or what, but someone came over and I think they took a Viagra too, and I'm like, no, what are you doing?
I wanted a home cooked meal.
You want me to call some friends over?
Yeah,
I wanted a home cooked meal.
I love that.
You're like, wait a minute.
Well, for what it's worth, let the record show that I do have an OnlyFans for my OnlyFans TV comedy taping. So I would be willing to get tested and we could shoot content if you're ever do the
I'm down.
massage. Can we do the massage?
Fuck yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck
That's
yeah.
huge.
It's
Yeah,
so
that's a big
Yeah.
one.
That could
Yeah.
go like viral.
Yeah, dude, the
Come on
Gooner
into
guys.
Vegas.
The Gooner guys would love it.
Oh my God, the Gooners,
Yeah.
I will love it so much.
Yeah.
That site actually does so very well, having that niche.
Yeah.
And it really I think it calls to like everyone because.
Yeah.
I don't think enough of people are getting appropriately touched enough.
Yeah.
So like, oh man, it'd be so good to get rubbed down. I work so hard, get the stress out.
Yeah.
And to get off at the same time. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Men, women, all genders can see themselves in that position.
Yeah.
And it's a fun niche for me to do because I used to be a massage therapist, so I can
Yeah.
take those actual real moves and just
Yeah.
get a little bit more exaggerated with it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And it's like great safe for work content. Like it
it
draws
hits.
the line so fucking perfectly.
We are just on that line, and it
Yeah.
gets billions of views.
Really?
Yeah, like
Do you-
billions of views.
would you-
It's crazy.
Nice.
And we just maybe hit a year open.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
wow.
you and who else does it?
So I'm the massage mistress, and then we have Will Tile, which is the massage master, and we just added on the French master as well. So I have 2 males and a female, and so we're going to expand on that, I think, and make it like. I told him like we can make a massage school, and then I do a gangbang with all the students.
Oh wow! That's
You know what I
great.
mean? Or we go into the office, or I got to test out, test out the, massage master and the French master and, do that. So there's so many variations that you can do with that niche.
Yeah.
That it's just really fun for me.
You just gotta get creative.
Yeah.
So if I lose the because I'm doing content with Autoblow and Jerkmate right now, if that goes belly up, can we do the video? Like
We can still do the video.
Well, I
You don't have to wait.
I think it would do.
I think it would do really well.
really well.
I think it would probably be one of our highest.
But now then I have to. I did sell some dick pics on OnlyFans.
Yeah?
To see if. Oh yeah, I made like $5,000 off dick
That's
pics.
fucking great.
Yeah. Well, because some of these hungry bottoms, they like.
Oh yeah. Hey, I always said if I was a male talent, I would do so many solos and stuff and really appeal to the gay audience. Gay guys love to spend money.
Love to
Yeah,
spend
yeah, and
money.
they-
More
I mean-
so, and then I don't mean this, but I used to be a bartender. Lesbians don't spend money, but gay guys, they'll order one drink and like lay down a 50 on you.
Well,
like,
we
it's
can all
fucking great.
agree lesbians are a waste of space in society. They do
I'm not
nothing.
saying that.
They don't procreate. They hit each other. They have the highest domestic violence. They're not fun. They don't laugh. Like, yeah.
But gay dudes get the dual income, no kids. And
Yeah.
It's like, where am I going to spend this money?
to spend some money, and they're
Yeah.
horny, and they're a lot of fucking fun. Like, and
Yeah,
that was
they
like
are.
great living here in Miami, man, hanging out with a lot of my gay male friends, and
Yeah.
the stories of bathhouses and shit they've gotten themselves
My
into.
only gripe about the gay community, I wish more of those guys would like stand-up comedy that's not women and not drag queens.
Yeah.
They only support women, drag queens, and hot gay dudes.
Hmm.
There's exceptions to the rule, but some just will come out to
But
see.
you're like an anomaly. Like you and Tim Dillon are
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of gay dudes like that.
No.
That are like.
But like, right, so they don't relate to
Yeah, they're
that.
not relating
Yeah.
to what you create. Like the bros relate to, like Tim Dillon's fan base is probably mostly like hetero dudes.
Yes,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I honestly I prefer. I really wish to find, because I mean, porn stars have the best sense of humor. Well, you really
Thank
do,
you.
right? Well, because
Look what we do for a living.
yes, yeah. You see, you're.
I eat ass, but won't share my toothbrush. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta have a boundary somewhere.
I'm exactly like that. I think it's disgusting to even share a drink.
Wow,
I hate
It
that.
depends on
it depends on the person, but like
I hate that.
like
I'm not trying to suck after a straw after
Yeah.
somebody. I'm just thinking about all the saliva that might have ran down there. Maybe it's because of what I do and how sloppy I am. So-
But I'd let you spit in my mouth while you're jerking me off.
Oh, I
Like,
totally do that.
Yeah, if you want to do that while we do the massage, you could. That'd be
Oh, I'll
hot.
totally, yeah. We'll sit down, we'll do a whole little boundary. You tell me what you likes and your
Do you
dislikes.
feel it's weird? Like, if you were to do something with someone like me, would it be, or would it be like, dude? I once saw porn. I might get hard telling the story. where
Move your hands. No,
where it was behind. I have a good cock though. Where it was behind the scenes, but then they would show, like, they were shooting it, but they actually showed how it actually goes on, like before the take. And they were like kind of making out to get before the actual, and that was like so hot. Like there was
fluffing? Like
a moment of real.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
have any really moments of real? Or
it's
is
going
it-
to depend on the talent.
Yes.
Some want that to, especially, some male talent that are more natural that aren't always taking the pills will want a little, they got to feel a little connection of some sort, no matter how set up it is. And I
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
get that. It's not really totally fluffing. It's like, all right, we've got to do this thing. I want you to stay hard and feel good about what you're doing. So let's
Get
do
in the
this.
zone
Get in
kinda
the zone.
thing. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
So we don't want to put anyone on blast, and we can always edit something out. But me and you went for a walk once in Austin, Texas. We were walking to Whole Foods, which was a 17-minute walk that ended up like an hour because we
Oh,
went
yeah,
the wrong way.
we went everywhere.
And had to end up getting in an Uber.
On the side of the street somewhere.
Yeah, on the side of the street somewhere. But we were talking about people's penises and performance in the industry. And you were telling me that some guys can get the erection, some guys take the pills, but some guys have dicks don't even work anymore. And this is something I'm not going to put any of them.
Yeah, not putting anybody on blast. I
And we
think
can edit this
anything that
out.
you're going to overuse. So if
Yeah.
you start taking pills when you're really young and you're using and depending on that all the time for your scenes, eventually that pill is no longer the work. So what
Yeah.
do you do next if you want to stay in there? Then you start injecting.
Yeah, the injection.
And when that doesn't work anymore, then there's implants and things that you can do there too
Yeah,
for guys.
they have
Now
like
I
a
don't know
pump or
all the
some shit?
like
Yeah.
where you pump.
You just hear the stories.
I hear the stories.
Right.
I'm not a doctor, whatever, and I certainly don't
But you
have that
play
to
a
deal with.
massage therapist on the internet.
Well, not my professional opinion, but so eventually when none of that works anymore, because it's going to break down
Yeah.
with overuse or this, that, and the other, it's just not going to work anymore.
Dude, that was one.
So I always encourage the younger guys. I'm like, if you can hold off and be in that horny I'm so horny
Get in the
stage. It
mental
doesn't
state.
matter. I just fuck anything that walks. You're going to be great.
Honestly, it all comes back to the breath. You got to do the breath work or something,
Yeah.
get in the space like a Wim Hof or whatever.
Yes.
Everything I've done, because, I wanted to bring up with you, I just did ayahuasca, and you've done ayahuasca a few times.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, it was incredible. But one thing they said, when you're struggling, come back to the breath. And I did 3 days of it. And on the last day, I had a meeting with this psychologist, and he told me to do this type of meditation where you take your tongue off the roof of your mouth, relax the muscles around your eyes, bring your vision to the back of your head, feel your heart and your lower belly, and then breathe in the ayahuasca. And doing that breath work, I was able to be in it. It didn't just take over. The first 2 nights, it fucking took over.
Oh, yeah.
But I was in it. I told JJ, I was I felt like an Alex Gray painting. I felt like energy was
Yes.
blasting out of my head, and I was I could feel, because when you did it, did they sing songs and stuff and sing?
Yeah, I've probably done ayahuasca I did it for 3 years,
Oh, right on.
consecutively for
Really?
a few times a month up to
A few times a month?
Well, I would do it because I had some facilitators here in Florida,
Yeah.
so I would go up to their house and I would do 3 days in a row, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we do Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday morning. So
Yeah.
you really get the work of it.
Yes, of course.
So yeah, I mean, it's an amazing. I can look at pictures of before ayahuasca and now, and you can see a complete difference.
Yeah.
Just in my
Really?
eyes alone.
I feel
But breath
so
work is
different.
so important.
Yeah.
People will hear me breathe heavy, and I'm like, I'm not breathing. I'm not sighing. I'm breathing with my diaphragm, where we
Yeah.
should all be breathing.
Yeah.
And you get such better breath, and
Yeah.
breath work will take the stress away, the anxiety away. It really does help during anybody that asks me about ayahuasca, I'm like, let me help you. You just want to put one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach. So your heart's always beating, your stomach's always breathing. you're alive.
Oh, interesting.
And then you can put the bottoms of your feet on the ground, so then you're grounding yourself, and then you know that you're on Earth still, no matter how high you're flying.
Yes,
'Cause
yeah.
it's taken me some places that I feel like you still have downloads afterwards.
You do, absolutely. Yeah,
The last time I went, I was in Peru, really super deep into the jungle. I was out there for 10 days, did ayahuasca for 6 of those days on a special Amazonian ayahuasca diet. Like, we ate and drank and everything from the Amazon. There was nothing from this society whatsoever.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No phone, no
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
And it was the most life-changing experience of my entire life.
How long ago?
This was probably 2015, and to
Yeah.
this day, I still feel the effects of that.
Yeah.
And and I also did that on a silent meditation, so I didn't talk for 10 days unless I spoke to the shaman himself.
Wow.
Which after a couple days, man, you really it's crazy how your mind's such a trickster. Always follow your heart and your stomach, because they're always going to tell you the truth.
Yeah, the mind.
This is going to fuck you up a little bit.
The mind does. We've talked
It's
about.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really can. For some reason, it just wants to test you.
It's almost manipulating. It's so
Yes.
weird. It's like, it wants to figure out like these other pathways. It's just odd. But like, you're on this 10-day silent meditation, I felt like I hit every gamut of every emotion from high to low. Like,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I was just pissed off that I was there. And I was
Yeah.
like, I signed up for this.
Yeah.
I knew what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
I was mad at myself, and I was mad at the shaman for no reason.
Yeah.
Then you laugh, and then you smile, and then you just cry. And
Yeah.
it's not like, something hurt me. It's like,
Bawling.
you're just like, whatever this was in my gut, I'm getting it out.
Yeah.
And I really feel like it does help a lot of people.
Oh yeah. There was
yeah.
many people who had been there multiple times, and some people it was the first time, and like it was my first time,
Yeah.
and overcoming great things, and like from like the only thing that I've been really stressed about post was like losing what I got. I'm like this was so beneficial that I don't want to lose this progress, and it's something I will definitely do again. I don't know if I'll do it multiple times a month for years, but I think I'll revisit again and again and again. Also financially, it's a little bit of a
It's crazy how much now, especially in the United States, it's a lot more expensive. You go down to Peru and like places where they actually are practicing it and stuff like that, it's a lot less.
Yeah.
But I think like it's something that you'll never forget as long as you're applying those principles that you're learning.
Yes,
And life is a practice.
Yeah.
So if you're practicing and bettering your life and changing your mindset about stuff, it's something you literally got to do every single day.
Do you think I have a friend who like meditates 2 hours a day, and he's like really grounded. Do you think having like a 2-hour meditation, 2-hour a day meditation practice can get you to where you need to be?
I think
or do you think this is necessary to get to where, not where you need to be, but to kind of like a path that you need to follow?
I think it's going to be an individual basis because we're all coming from different places.
Yeah.
So I can only speak from my own perception and my own journey and say, I don't think I could lay there for 2 hours, but I do moving meditation all the time. When I'm cooking, I'm meditating. When I'm gardening, I'm meditating. It's about stilling your mind and allowing those thoughts to pass through. You don't actually have to be laying there being perfectly still and doing all that. I think it's silly. I think it's a silly thing that society has been taught to people. I think meditation, just like prayer and religion and all those different things of spirituality, can come very personal, and I think you need to figure out what is going to make yourself grow and thrive, not listen to what other people are doing. Try it out, see how it works, and then you're going to find your own rhythm and balance and what is going to truly work for you.
Yeah, that's one thing that I don't know if I'll ever go back to, but it's the pork. Because they don't, you can't eat pork when you're doing the ayahuasca diet. I'm like, and the Jews don't eat pork, the Muslims don't eat pork. I'm like, there's something going on.
There's something going on there. Like, why are we eating pork?
Are you okay?
And no, I mean, I have a little bacon fetish.
A little bacon, me too.
I like a BLT, but
once
I've
a
gotten
month.
really good with just like, I don't need it. And there's something with that. It's crazy. I think on one of my journeys, I think I went through a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, the animals were talking to me. It's like I literally, and it was pigs in there for all reasons.
Yeah.
And it was like, and if you look at an animal's eyes and you really see, it's just like animals have feelings. You can see like their emotions, and like, I'm like, oh my God, It was just so intense.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it really changed like
Your perspective.
perspective.
Of meat,
I still eat meat, but it's also like you learn like the gratitude when you're eating anything. It's
Yeah.
like saying thankful. That's why I love growing my own fruits and vegetables. That's why I love buying from local farmers, because there's a little love and care that comes into that. It's
Yeah.
not just mass production. It's like not mass produced content creation, which gets a little annoying and boring. It's with love and it's quality,
even
and
the
it's, you
eggs.
can taste it.
Yeah.
Eggs are different too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned permaculture design down in Costa Rica. I went down there for like a month and learned how to farm and work with
Wow.
nature. And it's amazing. The food tastes completely different. Like
Yeah.
I didn't realize how spicy radishes were until I grew them.
Okay.
And they're fucking hot.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, why were
Yeah.
these so bland in the store or wherever? Or sometimes bars have them.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's,
Dude, that's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it's made me change my perspective of how I'm making stuff and what I'm engaging with, and a lot of different things and stuff like that. Like, okay, what can I bring into my life that's more sustainable and like better for me, and I have a better relationship with. I like stuff like being able to grow your own food or something like
Well, I
that.
think it's like moving with intention.
Yeah.
So once you start moving with intention, that's when the abundance starts really rolling in.
Yeah, and I
because
found-
you're intending to do well.
Yeah. And I found that everything that it showed me was already I knew, but I had been ignoring it or burying it or letting it slide. And then it just really brought all these things to the front of me, because maybe there are things I didn't think were as important in my life, but what I was personally struggling with, they're like, this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong, and these things are compounding and you need to fix them. And then it was like right away. And then once I got home, I got on that shit right away and immediately started to see my demeanor change and my thoughts change. And I was like on this, and then writing down my dreams for days.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because then I was getting more, the downloads. The downloads keep coming. Yeah. It's really powerful.
And then all of a sudden you'll start like, things will start appearing. You're like, oh my God, I'm so thankful I thought of my future self and the present self at that time. Like
Yeah.
these things really start to add up.
Yeah. And it does make you, it's the close, I was raised with no religion. Like in my house, the biggest exposure to religion I had was The Simpsons. Like, because they would go to church. That was it. And it wasn't even that like religion was bad. That my mom was raised Catholic, my dad was raised Baptist, and it was just like it didn't exist. They were just like, yeah, we abandoned it. They're like, if you want to go to church, we'll take you. But I was like, oh, The Simpsons make it look boring. So I'm not got no interest in that.
Like why would I go there?
Yeah. But then after doing this, it's like your understanding of like life and God and the universe and like what is potentially out there and like plants communicating with you and all this kind of stuff. You're like, oh, I have a different perspective on reality.
Yeah. Because we're all really some way connected with that energy in some way or another. Yeah, 100%. And I grew up in Pennsylvania kind of in the same respect. I think like I would see how my grandparents would act, and they kind of like disappointed me with this whole religion thing. Like, they would look a certain way and talk a certain way and then go to church to forgive themselves. And I was like, oh, that's gross. Like,
It's
why
very
don't you just act
underwhelming.
like, why not act that way? Then you don't have to like ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
That's how for me, growing up, religion was like always like, ew. Like those people I just didn't trust because they were like,
phony.
Say one thing, but do another. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very underwhelming to
Yeah.
me. Very, very phony. I went to like, same kind of thing. I was raised in religion, but only for like important holidays. So everything else.
It's Easter. Put your best on.
Yeah, so I didn't like it. Do you feel that you sought out or found the practice because is it just something you wanted? Is there like people you would see in the industry that you're like, oh, I don't want that? Like, because there is a lot of people like in the adult entertainment industry. There is, same with comedy, a lot of darkness. Which I don't, that's why I don't drink.
The ayahuasca?
Yeah, like what?
I think I sought out ayahuasca on my own, really didn't have anything to do with the industry or anything around me. I think I just really recognized in behaviors and behavior patterns really within myself and mindsets that I needed to change because I went through this whole thing and I feel like the universe gave me a second chance at life, like real serious. And when you kind of wake up to that call, you start making the changes because it's like if I really kind of woke up where it's like if I kept down a certain path, I was gonna die.
Why were you like partying and stuff?
It was just like I didn't have any direction or intention with my movement in a sense, and I just was unhappy.
Yeah.
And I needed to really face some things that I needed to face and correct. Like what you said, like these things are compounding. And if I kept going down this road, I'm just not a healthy person. I'm going to end up dead or in jail or who fucking knows.
Just miserable.
Miserable.
Yeah.
And who wants to be miserable for their entire life? I certainly don't. And it was, I will never forget this moment. It was just everything snapped.
Yeah.
And I went from crying and just being completely miserable to laughter. Mm-hmm. And I never looked back. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, this is my second chance to make, to really do good and be good and treat myself well and make better decisions. And so that's kind of like what I've been on. I've been on this hell path of changing that.
Yeah. And I'm not a mystical person at all. Like, I'm not someone, crystals or tarot or I subscribe to any of that kind of stuff. But there was opportunities for me to do ayahuasca previously, and my first sort of like opening to psychedelics being able to help you was a big mushroom trip. I was able to like confront a lot of insecurities, and through that that made me interested in doing something like ayahuasca. And so I had a couple opportunities that fell through, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, it'll happen when it happens. But this time it happening, I didn't understand that you were setting intentions, or that you were how much of a ritual it was until I was getting ready for this one. And I realized that if I had approached or done ayahuasca earlier, I wouldn't even have known what to look for. I wouldn't even have known the questions to ask. 100%. And so it did come to me. It came to me when I was financially able to do it, when I had the free time to do it, and when I had the right questions to ask. And it was the perfect timing possible. And actually a friend joined me to go up to the ceremony who had gone before. And so I had this emotional support as well.
Perfect.
Yeah. It was, like I said, I'm not mystical, but it was the best timing that could have possibly happened.
They literally say that ayahuasca will approach you. It'll start coming up in conversations all the time. Like I can tell you that I know that I must need to go back and have like a reset again, just because it just keeps coming up. And I'm like, okay, well maybe there's something to that.
Yeah.
And so just arranging it with a prop, because with anything, make sure you go to like someone that you trust or somebody who's been recommended to you, because like anything, people will take advantage of that.
I heard there's some real scammers out there.
There's scammers with everything. I mean, look at my industry, for crying out loud. With AI, it makes it worse.
Really?
It's frightening.
Is there, not just the AI, is there just some real shady cats? But that must get around now. Like,
you would think by now that our fans would not, answer back on a Facebook page that has 3 followers. You would think they would not send money or gift cards. Like I keep when people come and they eventually end up on my OnlyFans. Yeah. And they're like, "Oh my God, I got scammed out of $5 grand, 10 grand, whatever." I'm so I didn't know it wasn't you. I'm like, but I kept sending these gift cards. I'm like, what about me would ever ask you for a gift card?
Yeah.
Dude,
nobody's asking for gift cards that is in this industry. And if they are, it's either a team that should be working for that person or it's a scammer. Yeah. And you see them all the time on my Facebook. It's like, oh, and they always say dear and God bless you and all this weird shit. I'm like, Gary.
Yeah.
Come on, clean it up, Don.
Clean it up.
That being said, with the amount of scammers, with the different industries that I've worked in, I worked in like weed for a little bit. Well, obviously we do comedy. The comedy is the industry I'm the deepest in, and I've been adjacent to like porn and OnlyFans, working with the creators there for a few years now. And the porn and OnlyFans people, the kindest, nicest people of all the industries.
I think we are too.
They're so friendly. They're so, oh my God, showing up. Hey, how good to see you. Like never like these big egos or like it's the nicest people. The good ones are the nice. They're so nice.
We're surprising to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I get that a lot. They're like, oh, I would never guess that you're so down to earth and you're just like friendly. I get that from fans because I don't care where they see me, airport, this place or that way. I'm taking a picture with them. I'm talking with them. I get to know their name, saying how they have a nice day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, these people, they pay the bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I am grateful as fuck for all
so lucky. The one interesting thing when I go to the XBiz or AVN, all the porn conventions, is that like most people are just like normal people, but then you'll see like the odd dude who's like really, he's like dresses in those weird, nice suits, flashy, and he's kind of like got a hairpiece, and he's like a character.
Carrying around his cooler. Who knows what's in it?
But yeah,
there isn't one character that did that.
But there must have been more of that like 10 years ago. Like guys are a lot easier to get sussed out. Now,
Yeah,
like
you also just get smarter.
Yeah.
I think with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Conventions are always easy. Conventions are always interesting, and like it all depends. It brings out all types of characters in different cities and different things like that. You get the guy that wants to, try to give you a kiss on the cheeks and try to slip it on the lips. And he has the worst. Please wear deodorant and chew gum when you come to see us.
Yeah.
Me too.
The whole shoulders get wet.
Oh,
the sweaty palm.
Yeah, the hot armpit on your shoulder. I get a lot of that from my comedy shows.
I bet.
I got a lot of husky bro-y dudes that are just like fucking yeah buddy, and I'm like, dude, your hot armpit is so hot, dude. It's like holy shit, man. Fucking.
What were you doing in the audience?
Yeah, it's like, dude, you were sitting, dog. How are you so hot?
How are you sweating?
Yeah.
Did you eat pork before this?
Yeah, dude.
I saw one guy. I was going on the road at some airport, and there's a big guy, big lobster body. So the lobster body is only torso.
Yeah, and little legs.
Little legs long.
Lobster
just watching.
body.
Yeah, he's there with his family, kids, and I think I was like leaving Omaha somewhere, going something. And he was beet red he was just sweating. He was just standing in line sweating. His shirt was dry. I started getting a panic attack. I'm like, is that going to happen to me? And yeah, those guys, when they come up, some people are so aggressive because, especially me, I have such an overt persona online. I'm loud and I'm like, say crazy shit. They come up to me very aggressive. And so if you have a few drinks in you and you're aggressive, the no gum, the no deodorant, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, I won't talk to anyone if I'm not chewing gum.
Yeah, you gotta be fresh, dude.
Yeah,
Sometimes
be
I
fresh.
have deodorant in the green room because I'm stinky after the show. I've
Yeah.
been on.
I sweat.
Yeah,
sweat.
I've been on
100%.
stage moving around for an hour, and now my pits are getting a little weird.
There's nerves. There's all kinds of shit happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm worried sometimes, and there has been a couple times where I don't have it, and I'm like, I'm gonna smell the meat and great. I'm just gonna stink.
I have an
today.
armpit wipe in my little fanny pack, if you notice.
Oh, yeah?
Pussy wipe and an armpit wipe.
You're
Because you
ready.
never know. And
Always
a little poop
prepared.
saying in case you gotta go to the bathroom.
Dude, I have everything in my... He was laughing at me as we were walking to the gym. I have all these things. I have pills. I have creatine. I have
I'll
Yeah.
show you mine.
brains. I have fucking eye drops. I have a Viagra.
I'm taking stepmom to the max. I got Band-Aids,
Yeah.
a little tie pen.
Snap-on
Yeah.
belly button rings, condoms, just to start. Hopefully not finish with it. But like,
I get you.
earbuds for the planes, both jacks. I have everything.
Oh, you got both jacks.
Both jacks.
Wow, that's
yeah.
smart. Yeah.
And I don't know. I just rather be prepared. Tea bag, a bag of tea, like everything.
I got my sleepy tea.
Yeah, aspirin just in case I get a heart attack, like everything.
Dude, one thing I wanted to bring up with you was you've been doing a lot of I don't even want to say comedy adjacent, but you've been like melded with the comedy world for a while.
Roast
you
battles.
hosting roast battles. You do stuff with your mom's house. Like you've been deep in all that space.
Yeah, it's been really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I've been given this really amazing opportunity. I'm just really enjoying it. I love laughter. I love comedians. It's such a great, I'm just beyond happy. I don't even know what to say. It's just so much.
Do you did the your mom's house? Fuck the fan. What did that ever happen? That
Oh,
guy.
what was his name?
Oh, and Tony.
Yeah.
Hey!
Tony's sitting in jail.
No, really?
But yeah, I mean, I'm still down. I want to make it happen.
He's in jail?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know what exactly he did exactly. But he landed him in jail for a little bit. I think he's going to be coming out shortly. And just depending, obviously, what has to happen, I might be flying to New York to complete the scene. Probably would be better than him flying to Vegas. But we'll see.
If he's on probation or something.
Yeah,
he can't
exactly.
leave the
He might
state.
not leave the state.
Yeah.
That's so funny. You're gonna have you fucked a guy with an ankle brace like that?
No, those would be a first. But it was funny. We set that all up. That was so on the spur of the moment during the live show of that all happening. And I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Have you done a fuck a fan thing?
No. I've never fucked a fan.
Is that of
at least not to
interest?
my knowledge? Maybe
How
on the
about
side. I don't know.
Can
Yeah.
we float? I actually had the idea. I was like, this would be fun. I mean, obviously, we're going to do the JJ Lieberman, Alexis Fawx massage thing. Would you do, like, if we had an audience, would you accept submissions for a fuck a fan potentially?
Yeah, I would do that.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
as long as like obviously they have to test properly and do
Yeah.
everything like that. That's
Yeah.
really
So
cool.
we
I
could-
even had a male talent set up for to give Tony coaching.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, hey, this is how make sure you're prepared, make sure nothing's on your junk and
Yeah,
all this other
shaved,
bullshit.
everything,
Make sure
yeah.
you're manscaped or whatever it
Yeah.
is that you want to do. How to perform, so you're not man blanketing your female partner or your
Say
partner
that
on
again,
camera.
man. What?
Man blanketing.
What's that?
So let's say that's where you just see all man ass and just
Oh,
like
you're
basically
covering the
it's
shot.
like what you do
The
at
hand.
home when you're like looking in your girl's eyes and
Yeah.
fucking.
That's not good for the camera.
You're not gonna. Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to see penetration things going
Yeah,
in.
well,
you know.
there's
the
Maybe
weird
get a
move.
few in.
Yeah, they put their hand behind.
Oh, it's like the
yeah.
one hand like this.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I do
but-
a lot of strap-on content. I'm fuck like a dude now.
Yeah.
I have my like gremlin pose.
Okay.
I'm like,
yeah,
please
yeah.
don't get me from the side.
Yeah.
I look like straight on gremlin fucking the chick. It's hilarious.
I would be so insecure with the
I kind
fucking
of like it
cameras.
though. Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay.
don't point the camera up my ass.
What's
Some guys like because that's gonna sell for dudes.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
like, I pay a lot of my male talent. I have a little fetish. I like to pay men for sex. So I like to pay my male talent, and I also get to keep the exclusive content. That also gives me creative control, which means I'm not getting man ass. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I get it. Male talent want to prepare for their fans, and I
Yeah.
want to prepare for mine. You get the video back, and it's like butthole and balls,
Yeah, and you're
like
like,
my legs coming
right.
out. So
We're not using this shot.
I'm like, I can't use this.
Yeah,
Unless my guys are into his asshole.
What's the perfect shot for you? Like if so, we were doing a scene.
Mm-hmm.
I test. I'm negative. Ready to cream pie some stepmom.
Yeah, we love cream pies.
So what would be the best? How would the angles be if we were going at it?
Well, all the angles or anything that shows really good penetration. So reverse cowgirl is great for porn, not my personal life, but
Easy
great
to
for porn
shoot.
because you get the pussy, you get the dick, you get the penetration and everything. It's also
Oh,
great for
right.
squirting as reverse cowgirl.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
it's hitting it in the right spot. So I
Yeah.
can, if I have a squirting scene or I want to do a squirting scene, I can do it all myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's just right into the camera. It's great because let's say that's the camera and I'm fucking right in front of it. I can be like, oh my God, I'm gonna come. And that's
And
either
just
the camera
shoot it
guy
back.
needs to back the fuck up or his camera's getting wet.
Yeah.
And so it's great for that. That's a beautiful angle. Doggy is also like so a camera over your head.
Yeah.
So it's like the POV shot. POV does super well
one
in
did.
OF. Like,
Yeah.
because what that does is now you've put the guy in your position. And now the
Yeah.
guy can see they can pretend it's their dick.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the strap-on stuff works really well for guys that don't want to see a real dick.
Yeah.
Because then they can say, oh, that's me fucking her.
Yeah.
And then POV does really well. So POV and doggy looks really well, or sometimes the undershot, which you're going to get some balls, but it looks
Yeah.
really fucking hot as well, especially, a long dick that can pull out. Go
And
back
stuff comes sometimes some juices.
in. Yeah, juices come
A little
out.
juice.
A little
Yeah.
spillage.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little spillage in
That
there.
foam.
I snail trail all over the fucking place.
Yeah, I like the. I always will put when I drink cream in my coffee. I would put some cream in my coffee, let it drip down. I'm like, anybody want to ride me and recreate this?
Yes, exactly. 100%.
So then like now in a personal life thing.
And also like a mish, a good POV where like the legs
I
are
love
all the way back so
missionary.
you can get the bottoms of the feet. You're just going to get the feet guys.
Yeah, the
right?
feet guys are big. They
You get the
pay.
pussy, you get the clit all there. You can do the little rubbing. The
Oh, I
long
love the
strokes.
rub.
Yeah,
I love when
guys
chicks
love it.
rub.
And then like, cause I love my like nice tits that jiggle and
Big
move
tits.
and go
Yeah.
around and around.
Yeah.
I love this. I like the side position only because like the tits get moving in a circular
Yes.
position when you get
Yeah.
the right motion and the right. Yeah. So all those things are good.
What are we
The
saying?
only position that's not going to be bad is going to block the penetration, and just not see anything.
That's what I was
Or-
gonna. I was
yeah.
thinking like, what's the worst? What are we avoiding? What do you go like? We never do this.
Avoiding is obviously just blocking your camera, like
Yeah.
getting like a straight butt cheek or just not giving, not be able to see the action that's actually going on.
Yeah.
I like the Reddit riding queens. I
Oh,
don't.
I had to look at that.
Oh, yeah.
What? I've never heard
So
of this.
I like so when my ex, the naked news chick,
yeah.
she was always a thing, and she would have to finish on top, and she would like some.
Oh,
chicks
the grind.
Yeah.
When a chick grinds, I could fucking nut in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I know she's like. I like laying on my back. And she's just grinding, and I'm just a fucking, at that point,
You're just a toy.
I'm just a toy.
Yeah. You're the fuck machine.
I'm the fuck machine. She doesn't even care. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
What's like, yeah, I love that.
I always like reading the person's personality, and then I'll adjust my actions towards that. So if I need to be more aggressive and make them my fuck machine.
Yeah.
What
Or if they like, I shouldn't say this. Whatever, I don't care. So like, I don't know. Sometimes you get the newer guys and they want to be all like cool and cocky, and I'm like, I'm so gonna dominate this guy, and I'll just throw him down and fuck him. That's it.
So what's the Alexis Fawx personal? This is my favorite position.
Well, you know, that also depends on the dick, because not all dicks are going to be created equal. Some curve, which means sometimes like doggy isn't great or this position isn't great. Like some people have a hell of a curve.
Yeah.
The straight, you can pretty.
You sound like a golf announcer. That's a hell of a curve on that shot.
It is like it's
woods. Oh boy, you can really see it through the follow through.
It's kind of like that for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, okay, so in porn, I would have to say like I probably like doggy or sometimes mish.
Oh, I love missionary.
I do, just because I can look. And I like the visual stimulation of that. And then sometimes I just like doggy because anything I can rub my clit at the same time. You know, because that's how I'm going to get off and I'm stimulated the most.
Yeah.
I
You know
like
what I
it
mean?
in terms of like
Or when the guy rubs his thumb and at the same
Yeah, you can do when you're doing doggy, you do the reach around.
Reach around?
Yeah, and you can go like that.
I do that to the ladies.
Yeah. That's a good one. When she's riding, you can try and it sometimes it's hard to like get the motion with her, but you can try to get your thumb in there.
And not all positions are great with all dicks. Like there's a riding position where the guy's laying down. I put my legs kind of like my ass is facing the guy's face, my legs are underneath his legs. Well, the dick isn't long enough to go in this direction. Like the guy's head's this way.
Okay.
Do you want me to show you?
No, you don't.
So the guy would be laying flat. This is his head. His
Yeah.
legs are this way.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I put my legs underneath like that.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
So if the dick's not, or some dicks also don't bend that far forward, it's not going to be a great position for the dude, and you might lose the boner that way.
Yeah, they just don't feel good. It's like it's
you gotta look. Yeah, you gotta know the dick that you're working with, and also the pussies. Not all pussies are created equal. Some are tighter, some are looser, some also curve to the left or the right. When you get up deep inside there.
Yes.
But yeah. I would have to say anal cream pies are my favorite though.
Really?
Okay. Like just personal.
Personal in videos and personally. Yeah. It's just something nasty and dirty. I fucking love it.
Deviant.
Like I want to text you later and be like, it's running down my leg.
Oh, so you like the more than the feel, the deviance of an act.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like that too. That's why I like watching the chick I'm with get fucked.
Or being watched. I think that's why I like being watched.
Really?
Yeah. So a lot of times, like I'll do videos. Like no one's actually going to see me because I don't want to get in trouble for indecency laws. But I'll like pretend like the window's open and I'm like, I think my neighbor's watching.
Oh, okay,
and that kind of lets me in my head, gets me in the zone, and the guys fuck because I have a lot of guys that are either cucks or they want to watch or
I think a lot
they get
more
in on
guys
that.
want to watch than admit.
Oh, I have a ton of them. So
of course.
I'll also do this. I'll have like live shows and I will have the guy come in, knock. I'll pretend it's my neighbor or a delivery person and I'll never show his face. I'll be like, oh, well, you're already here. My tits are out. Why don't I just suck you off? And the guys think it's fucking real. They're like, oh my God, I would do anything to be her fucking neighbor. I want to deliver pizza. Like whatever it is.
I think there is an element of porn. It's same when you're watching a movie or a documentary or any type of entertainment. You got to suspend your disbelief. You got to really enjoy. You just ask no questions, hear no lies.
Yeah,
like you're
exactly.
like, yeah. That's really happening, and someone goes, "No, that's a paid."
That's Jordy.
Yeah, she's not gonna fuck anyone who didn't get tested. They're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
exactly.
Santa Claus is real.
Exactly.
That's the thing. And Santa Claus is always real, and it's just different when you're.
And that's what I ride on. Like I want to know what that is, and then we can just stay there for as long as you want to be there.
One more proposal, and then we got to wrap this up. So here's my proposal. So if we could do how could we do an application? Could we do it on your OnlyFans then maybe for you guys? So
I think OnlyFans, I don't
Oh, you
know
can't
about the
do
whole
that,
fuck a
right.
fan. I think like there's a way that I think you can set it up where they probably email or.
well, maybe we'll create an email for this. For
Yeah,
anyone who
we could
watches
do
the
like Alexis Fawx fuckafan at
Fuck-
gmail.com
Yeah.
or
Spitball
something.
and podcast. So here's
Yeah.
the other thing I'd propose to you. I've never sat in the line of the fire of getting squirted. Could we do something like that?
Yeah.
I was sitting in a chair and you squirt?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll fly to Vegas
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be weird. I would be
Yeah.
laughing.
Squirting was my thing, man. I can squirt across the room.
Oh,
If I
really?
really prepare.
So
yeah.
if I was like sitting in the chair, I could watch
you could,
you?
yeah, you could
How
sit at
long-
that camera. I could smash your face.
Really? Let's do that. I'll fly to Vegas. Or, you know,
Tomorrow.
we should do it when you're in New York in August. Let's set it up.
Yeah. I should have like a day. Well, I won't know if I'll have much time when I'm in there. in
Really?
August, yeah, because I'm literally flying in the day before, and then I'll probably a daytime
Okay.
before the show.
I would
Daytime
totally
squirt?
do that.
Yeah.
Daytime squirt.
Yeah,
Okay,
a
so
little
we'll do
daytime
day-
squirt.
Can
A
I?
little fountain action.
But I can't like touch. I just have to watch.
It all depends on you.
Can I make the?
Do you want me to set up a male talent and I'll just like reverse cowgirl it right in your face?
Please.
Because that's where I get my biggest swag.
Please.
And I can do it over and over.
Really?
It'll be like waterboarding your face.
Can I make my like grappler Jew meme face?
Yes, the whole time. We can have a camera right on your face as you're getting
What-
splashed.
I said that as a dude. We could, because that could be the real.
Yeah.
We could actually post that on Instagram,
It's just your face getting splashed.
Slash? Yeah.
dude. We've
Gotta
done
get
it.
we
Done
gotta
it.
get you in a spitballing t-shirt for that.
Okay.
We gotta
Yeah.
get spitballing
Yeah.
This is
t-shirt.
better than
yeah.
fuck a fan.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I won the contest.
Yeah. Maybe the fans, Dick.
All right, Alexis, let people into that camera. Let people know where they can find you. Everything.
You can find me on Instagram at Alexis Fawx Live. That's FAWX. Twitter is Alexis Fawx. Look for the blue check marks. If you want to follow my naughty content, it's foxfans.com or Massage Mistress.
Right on. Awesome. This was great. Thank you so much for coming
Thank you
through.
guys for having me.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
appreciate it.
Right on.
Super fun to see you.